Irish missionaries have a long tradition stretching back over generations. But today it is changing somewhat. Sister Julie is a Korean member of the Columban Sisters, whose mother house is in County Wicklow. She works at this cemetery in the centre of Manila.
There is almost 500 families, approximately 2,000 people, include the children.
And they live in the cemetery all the time?
Yes, oh sure. They cannot go out because no money.
So they live among the graves? They simply live among the graves?
Among the graves, among the dead people.
Amazing as it may seem, these people are born, live and die here among the graves. 500 miles away in the island of Cebu, Sister Evelyn Flanagan, a presentation nun from Galway, runs a project for the Baju, one of the most remarkable yet deprived people on the planet.
The Bajau are originally sea gypsies that roamed the seas in the archipelago of Southeast Asia. They have absolutely nothing. They have been discriminated against all their lives.
Just over 30 years ago, I first came to the Philippines to cover the story of Father Neil O'Brien, who along with his colleagues was facing a trumped-up murder charge for supporting the people in their community. Since then, I have met many Irish missionaries working with the poorest of the poor, supporting migrant workers, sex and trafficking victims, and also campaigning on environmental issues and even protesting against the building of military bases. For decades, Father Shay Cullen from Dunleary has been working with trafficking and abuse victims in the Philippines.
Many of these children here, they're victims of human trafficking. They've been victimized by these recruiters who bring them to all the sex bars. The youngest we have here is just 6 years old. We have cases of 3-year-olds are victims of rape and abuse.
Rehousing families who have lost everything from typhoons is a priority for the Columban Fathers here in Cagayan.
Many of the families here have lost loved ones. The missionary joins in, being a presence with people in times of their high points and their low points, and just being there with them as their lives start again after such tragedy.
Regarded as one of the most dangerous places in the Philippines, the island of Mindanao is no stranger to ethnic violence between Christians and Muslims. Father Pat Glynn from Mallow is working to build relations between the two communities.
Sincerest, heartfelt greetings from all the Christians as you celebrate the holy month of Ramadan.
Further to the east, Irish missionaries have a long association with Korea, going back to the 50s. Today, Sister Nora Wiseman from Macroom, County Cork, runs a large hospice in Chuncheon. In Seoul, Sister Miriam Cousins runs a shelter for those who are HIV positive.
We're dealing with people who are stigmatized. Now, Jesus really went out to the lepers. These are like that in Korea. They need to be accepted and loved.
In the city of Yongsan, Father Noel O'Neill, 50 years a missionary, has devoted much of his time to helping those with intellectual disabilities. Last year, over 300 young people lost their lives in a ferry disaster. Their families are still asking questions. Standing with them are the Irish missionaries.
People are not getting answers for why their children actually died needlessly that night, and they're crying out for it. So we are just here to support them.
As one of the younger missionaries in Korea, Eamon Adams works in strengthening interfaith relations.
The church has never been great at dialogue. No religion seemed to have been great at dialogue. So what I'm trying to work in is religion in dialogue with other things.
On the island of Jeju, Father Pat Cunningham joins the local community on the Peace Line, protesting against the building of a new naval base.
I think we're walking in the footsteps of many peacemakers within the Christian tradition over the years, including Jesus himself and his spirit of non-violent resistance to violence and war.
we are in agony, we are in trouble. Columban fathers, brothers, approach us and they just give us consolation and they support us. That is the Good Samaritan.
Around 50 Irish missionaries have been murdered while working on foreign shores. Here, close to the border with North Korea, 7 Columbans were murdered during the Korean War.
They were here helping the Korean people. They weren't here for any kind of good for themselves. They didn't come here to go off on holidays or anything else. They came here, come what may. Having said that, they had no desire to die either, no more than any of us have. But they could have gone off and there was plenty of opportunity to escape. But they choose to stay. And they choose to stay with their people, and they just died from the barrel of a gun.